What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Hey, everybody. My name is Dave Quinn. I'm an executive editor at People Magazine covering theater, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you today. How awesome was that performance? Were you guys as excited as I was? That was incredible. Well, we are doing this special talk back with the folks at the Collective at 92NY, and so excited to be partnering with them on this. And I can't wait to chat with everybody who's going to come out today. We're going to talk with Maya Boyd, who you saw as Juliet. She was incredible. We're going to talk with a newcomer named Charli D'Amelio. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. I was hoping Joey Fatone would stay, but he had to say bye, bye, bye. So he won't be here, but I know that was bad. I had to. But we do have the incredible Romy Vuksan, who's the dance captain for, here she is, coming right out, friend Juliet, and the incredible choreographer, who choreographed this incredible show. This is two-time Tony Award nominee Jennifer Weber. Come on. How is it going?
Really good.
Great.
Fun. Amazing.
Jennifer, I was thinking as I was sitting and watching the show tonight, I do not know how you came up with all of these incredible moves. How does your brain sort of work when you're thinking these things through?
Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, when you're creating choreography, it's like this very strange process of like the ideas coming into your brain. But I always think about the story and the characters and what we're trying to tell and how we can use movement to accentuate what we want people to feel and what we want people to understand and the relationships we want people to respond to. And, that's always the starting point. The seed is always story and it's always character.
How long did it take you from the beginning of your work on this to the time it opened on Broadway?
Ooh. I mean, we did a workshop where we did just Act 1, and that was probably about a year and a half before it opened in Manchester, which is where the first production was. But we've been working on it ever since, and we keep working on it because when we bring in new cast members, we make adjustments, we make changes. It's art, it's alive, it's breathing, it's human, and so it's never finished. It's always in conversation with what's happening.
And Romy, you have been with this production in a lot of different variations, right?
Yeah, I have. So I started off as the dance captain swing for the Australian production, if you can't already tell by my accent. And then I was lucky enough to be brought over and I set up the US national tour as an associate choreographer. And now I've joined Broadway as the dance captain swing.
Incredible. Tell me a little bit, that's wild, right? What is the role of a dance captain for those who are unaware?
In my eyes, a dance captain is the bridge between the cast and the creative. As a dance captain, it is my responsibility to keep the integrity of the show at where it's set. And of course, things evolve and we adapt, but to make sure the same version we do from day one to however many years in the future. I give notes to cast members. It will always go through the dance captain as well. So if someone else needs something, then I pass that through. And then I like to be the unofficial vibe captain as well, just to keep the energy up. And the rapport off stage for me is just as important on stage because, if everyone's feeling good and their best, then the work on stage will also feel that way.
Totally, I understand. We have someone else joining us here. You can bring her out. Ladies and gentlemen, Charli D'Amelio. Hi. We're talking all about dance right now and how things move and sort of create. You have an incredible solo in the beginning of the show, and that was tailored just for you, right?
Yes, that was team dance and me in the room, just kind of talking about what my strengths are, what I enjoy doing, what would fit best with the storyline, because starting the show like that, you want to come out with a bang, and it was really fun to kind of just workshop, and it's had little tweaks here and there throughout my time in the show already, which has been really fun, and it's nice to come out and do that with everyone, start the warm-up of the show, so I love that part.
Jennifer, what was it like crafting that for Charli?
I mean, what an honor, right? Like, what an honor to get to work with someone like Charli and to be able to create work like that and to collaborate. I think, like, I love collaboration, and, like, so many of us work together. The associates, dance captains, Charli, like, we all came together to, like, figure out, like, what is the common language? How do we bring this to life?
Charli, how has the Broadway experience been for you so far? This is your debut.
It has been. Oh,
Yeah, we can applaud that. That's incredible.
It has been incredible. I mean, I've already extended my stay here because I love
Yeah.
it so much. I've found such a community here. I heard Romy talking about being the vibe captain, but there's so much more. Like the family that you have, when you spend 6 days a week with people, you really just get to go out there every day and make people happy and share such an incredible story and do what we love every single day. This is the dream, and we're here doing it live in front of an audience, and you feel that energy, and we just try to give it our all. It's everything I ever could have imagined and more. I truly love it every single day.
That is so incredible, and I'm so happy for you, for all of us who've been cheering you on for years. It's so exciting to see this, and I hope that Mirrorball trophy is up in your dressing room somewhere.
No, but it
my
should be.
goodness.
Hi, everybody. Maya Boyd, come sit. So nice to see you. How are you? Hanging from a chandelier earlier, now joining us for this. Congratulations. We're so happy. We were talking all about the Broadway experience and being part of the company. Tell us about sort of maintaining the 8-show-a-week schedule as a dancer and in performance. Jump on in, whoever wants to join.
I mean, like, it's hard. It's really hard what we do to come out and give that performance 8 times a week. Maintenance for like physical body, vocal body, mental, spiritual, all kinds of forms. It takes real dedication and drive to maintain that level. Like I think we're athletes in that capacity.
Sure.
And yeah, there's a whole team. There's like lots of different things that you can do individually, and I know we all kind of have our own individual thing that makes sure that we come out here every day and perform the best we can.
I also would love to add that I think one thing that has helped me maintain my body and just my overall performance has been outside of the theater and doing cross-training when I can, but also I realize how important it is to fuel your body, drinking water, just like a lot of things that I have been passive about typically in a day-to-day, but being in this show, I've realized how important it is to take care of myself in that way. Yeah.
It's difficult for sure. And you're an athlete, as you said, and you have to take care of your body and protect yourself. You had a background in dance before you ever started musical theater, right?
I did. Yes.
Tell everyone.
Yeah, I started dancing when I was 3. That was my first introduction to the arts in general. And I started doing competition dance, which is just a bunch of different styles, including tap and contemporary. And then when I was 11, I started dancing pre-professionally in a program for Russian classical ballet until I was in high school. Yeah, until I graduated.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Romy, what gave you the bug to be a performer and to dance?
Mum threw me in at 2.5 to start dancing, and I started with jazz because I was super energetic. I actually got kicked out of my first dance class ever because it was ballet, and I just didn't want to like be on the bar. I was running around doing somersaults and fun things. So I moved into jazz, and then I moved into ballet at 4, and then I moved into tap, and then I moved into ballet, and I danced 6 nights a week from the age of 8. And but for me, it's I think the storytelling aspect of dancing that really led me into musical theater, because how incredible to tell stories from so many different perspectives whilst singing and dancing and bringing that to life. So yeah, I always knew I wanted to do this. I didn't think, honestly, I can't believe I'm here, and I still pinch myself and thank Jen and everyone for bringing me over. So to be here and doing this on Broadway is a dream come true for sure.
Charli, we saw a lot of your early stages of dance, but was storytelling through dance something that was driving you forward here to musical theater?
Absolutely. I always, believe it or not, to the people that know me, I didn't used to talk a lot. I wasn't a big talker. I was very to myself. I know that's very hard for a lot of you to believe. So instead of talking and getting my feelings and emotions out through words, I would always do it through dance. And my mother could not get me out of the dance studio. I loved it 24/7, 7 days a week. That was all that I ever wanted to do. And now doing it on stage, telling the story of Juliet, it's that same passion that drives it. I mean, to do 8 shows a week, you have to love it and you have to feel it. And you know, we see the faces when Roar happens and how much joy it brings to everyone, and it reminds me my first time seeing it and getting to share that story with all of you every day. That's the part you're like, this is why I'm doing it, to tell this story.
Gosh, the common thread that I'm hearing throughout is this passion, this desire to perform, but also the people in your lives who put you in those positions, those dance classes, those, the opportunities to train and to do that. So for all you parents out there who are seeing your kids excited about things and giving them the opportunities, they could be here on Broadway one day. That's really incredible. Thank you guys for all that. Jen, what for you sort of made that move from dance to choreography?
I mean, I really started as a choreographer. Most people have like a certain type of career that like you start as a dancer and then maybe become like an assistant, an associate, and choreographer. But I just sort of started as a choreographer because when I started dancing, I was not very good at dance. And I just sort of appointed myself in charge as a choreographer when I was in college. I went to UPenn and I started represent, yo. I started at like a college, like a student performing arts like kind of company, like a student dance company, because I got rejected from all the other dance companies at Penn. Like, was not even an art school. Like, they all cut me, and so I started this company called Strictly Funk, and I just appointed myself a choreographer and the director of the company, and it's sort of the rest is history.
That's incredible. For everyone else on stage, I'm curious what it's like working with Jen. I mean, she has 2 Tony nominations for a reason. Tony nominated for her incredible work here in Juliet and in K-pop, another incredible show you had here on Broadway. What's the experience like with her?
It has been so fun, and entering this role, it's a huge demand, singing, and I remember seeing it and just seeing everyone dancing in a way that as Charli was saying, that just reminds you like why we love to dance. And Jen has been so great in allowing me to incorporate dance into Juliet and what she does and how she moves, and that has really helped me connect with Juliet as a character. So I've been very fortunate, and I want to thank you for that. Yeah.
It's because you're so amazing at dance.
Yeah.
Like, of course your Juliet is like a killer dancer, because you're amazing.
I mean, I have the best, coolest boss ever. Like, to be a part of this show, and I don't know, Jen had a couple of weeks in Australia back when we were there, and it wasn't long, but I don't know what Jen saw in me and the trust that she's given me for her work and her choreography. I'll forever be indebted. It's such an honor to have that responsibility, and I take so much pride and care in looking after her work and her choreography. And I've learned so much from Jen about, honestly, storytelling through dance in different ways. And this show is so unique in a lot of ways, but I think choreographically, cleaning it, I'm never looking for it to be clinical or that everyone's uniqueness and star power should always be the forefront. And then what we do is we work through like a central heartbeat to make it look clean and unison, and like we're all dancing in the same beat on stage. So having to kind of restructure the way I look at choreography, like traditional choreography, and all these skills I've learned from Jen to create these such powerful moving story pieces has been, such an incredible thing over the last few years for me to have experienced.
And Charli, what's been your experience? I know you've worked with choreographers before. I know, Jen's probably so uncomfortable. I'm so sorry, Jen.
It was definitely extremely nerve-wracking, obviously, getting into the room and like I've not done theater in this way before ever, where you're singing and dancing at the same time. Even just in the audition room, I was so nervous. I was petrified because I really wanted to be a part of the show, and I had seen everything Anne Juliet had ever posted online, and there was something about the way that you were so laid back and calm, and as you know, time has gone on and I've gotten to spend more time with you, it's been really intriguing for me to see how your brain works, because it's so fascinating to me how you know exactly what you want, and the way that you even just give notes, it makes so much sense. And obviously you know who to put around you to make the show exactly what you want. And Romy, we all know why you're here, by the way. You're just in all ways so amazing, and seeing you guys work together and being able to do something, even like Good Morning America, when we did that and we were back in the rehearsal room, like those are the time, like I love being in the rehearsal room and getting to work together and workshop and how do we make this perfect for this. It's so fun to be kind of the body that gets to do what you're coming up with.
Thank you.
One of the things I love the most about Anne Juliet, of course, is Max Martin's incredible songs, which, define so much of my generation and I love so dearly. Were there things, Jen, when you were choreographing, that the song sort of dictated the movements in the way that you knew I need to have this move in here, or, this moment, like, we need to put her on a chandelier, or there needs to be, use the circle.
I mean,
some way.
the chandelier was all Luke Shepard, our director, 100%.
Right. He knew it.
I think I actually tried to like separate from the songs and the sort of like the world of like all the images that the songs kind of like conjure out of the context of the show. And I think we all, like our entire creative team, tried to look at this as if it was written, as if these songs were written for this musical. And that's how I feel about them now, that they're like our songs, that I hear them, like when you're out shopping or something, it's like, wait, that's my song. Who's singing that? That sounds different. Oh, it's Justin Timberlake, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really tried to not think about like all the other versions of choreography that had been done, because those wouldn't tell our story, But there's like a couple little samples in there. Like, I mean, how can you do Everybody by Backstreet without that move? Like, that's like too iconic. It would feel weird not to do it, But also that made sense like within the context of the show, because we're like absolutely paying tribute to boy bands. So, I think I just try to keep it like in a world that is timeless, as opposed to like trying to be like on top of a trend, because I want the show to not ever feel dated. So I wanted to like look at things that felt like coming from a more old school vocabulary, and pulling from everything from like hip hop to like Fosse to jazz to like sampling like tons of different ideas and tons of different movement vocabularies, because each moment is so different, and you can't just use one vocabulary to tell all these types of moments within the story. You have to be able to sort of pull from a huge range.
What I love about seeing a show more than once is you start to kind of understand different things and catch different moments that you maybe didn't catch. Tonight during Blow, I saw such a great moment between Maya and Charli. You seem to have like a little girl bond dance moment. How did that come about?
Yeah.
Is that in there? Am I in the right song?
Yeah. It came naturally. It was, I think what dancers do so well is immediately like feel, I'm gonna say the vibe. Like it's unspoken. You just see each other and you match it in a really fun way, and it changes every night, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a party, like it is a party, and getting to kind of be that like first dance with you where you get to kind of come into yourself a little bit, like that's so fun for me to do it, and the smiles between the two of us are just like ear to ear, so happy, because that is such a fun part, and I love getting to hold that tray. It is really fun for me.
Super fun.
Well, both of you joined the company after it had been existing for a bit. Romy, can you walk through for the audience sort of what the experience is like training new cast members to come into a show that's already sort of this machine?
The beautiful thing about this show, like I kind of was saying before, is like everyone brings their own feel to each and every track. So reteaching the choreography every time to new people, I love it because I get to see what I first discovered when I first learned it, and the joy and the excitement and the fun that everyone gets to experience up here. I mean, like the process of, we had 4 weeks to put the show up when Charli joined again. I had 13 people to teach that were joining this part of the cast, including myself. So yeah, it's really fun to then explore and make sure that that track specifically for this new person feels good on that person. And that's really fun to then create with Jen and the associate, and kind of like rewire really small things that make it suitable for each person that's rejoining an already moving like wheel, I guess, you know. So we're still keeping the essence of everything that is and Juliet, but with a whole fresh perspective. And I think as a swing, I'm lucky I get to do that depending on who I'm on for each night.
And the rehearsal process is kind of separate from everyone else, and then you do put in rehearsals, right?
Yeah. So we were in a different studio for about 4 weeks, and then week 3 we came on stage and we looked at all the technical elements, so the trap, the revolve, all of the props and everything. So everyone started to feel out what those were, because it's a big part of at least the players in the show. And then we do a final put in the week before. It's like 4 nights before the next week when we debut. So we do a full run through of the show with all technical elements, and then we're on. Then we're in.
It's insane how fast that happens.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite move that you do in the show?
That's such a great question. I don't think I have a favorite move, but I really love Confident as a number. I love
can
that
tell you
number.
love Confident.
It's just the kind of one of the first times that I get to really move my body in a way that just truly gives me confidence and a sense of power. Like, I feel very empowered. So I think to answer your question, maybe this move that I do with
All right.
everyone, yeah, it's fun.
What about you, Charli?
Ooh, it changes a lot because sometimes it feels right. I will say during Blow, when we do that part, that's my favorite. I just love it. I don't know what it is. It just feels so good. And then at the end of Roar, when we just get to look up and see Maya, and you just look like on top of the world, and it's so special.
Well, it's been so special to be here and chat with you guys. I'm so curious, as we wrap this up, what and Juliet has meant to you personally each. You can go down the line.
It has meant so, I mean, it's one of the most fulfilling and rewarding things I've ever done. And I truly am discovering new things about myself. Juliet has been such a teacher to me, and getting to see aspects of myself and learn new things about myself that I didn't know before has been so special. And to just share the stage, I love the people here. The people here are so fantastic and great to be around. It's so unique to be a part of something so special and like this.
Beautiful. Rory?
This
Romy,
show has
excuse me.
completely and utterly changed my life in so many different ways. This little Australian is now on a Broadway stage, which is just like, I can't even comprehend sometimes. I pinch myself daily. But in terms of the show, and like, there is so much heart in this show, and I think it truly is designed for every single person that comes and see it. I think everyone takes away something really important and really special, whether it's learnt, whether it's experienced, whether it's felt. Like, I just, it's a show full of joy, but I think it's changed my life, like telling this story every day and seeing the impact it can have on people. It's why we do what we do. It's a very much a give and take energy, and I just feel so much love from the audience, and then also how much we give. Yeah, I've never experienced it on another musical before, to be honest.
Jen?
I mean, I don't know where to begin, how much time we have. this is like the greatest honor to like get to choreograph Max Martin's music. Like when I first was working on this show, I honestly like I just couldn't believe it. You know, like to be able to be part of like the narrative of these songs, you know, and this world. And this show is filled with so many amazing humans on this stage, off the stage, in this building, in all the buildings of the many, many companies of Juliet around the world. And it's just been incredible to get to collaborate with so many amazing people, to dance the way I want to dance. You know, it like all my friends who've known me for a long time, like the people I started that dance company with in college, like when they come see it, it's just like, they're like, it's so you on stage, but actually it's all of us. You know, it's all of us together.
And Charli, wrap us up.
This show's changed my life in all of the ways. I mean, I moved across the country. I'm back on the East Coast. I've met the most amazing, incredible people since I started here. I'm like, even Romy doesn't know how much she's done for me just as a person and for my confidence. Like, the dance captain of everyone's dreams. When I tell you, I've met people that are my lifelong best friends, and we're doing what we love every single day. This is the dream, but beyond just the dream of Broadway, it is the dream group of people, the dream songs to dance to. Like, it is so best case scenario in every way, and I mean, you just never want to leave. Once you start and you're a part of the family, it is truly undescribably incredible.
Well, on behalf of the entire audience here, everyone who was here earlier, all the people at the stage doors, I just want to say thank you all for the gift that you've given us.
Thank you.
We so appreciate you sticking around, everybody.
Thank you.
Give it up one more time for
Thank you, Dave.
Maya, Romy, Jen, and Charli. We'll see you later. Thank you so much to the collective at 92 New York.
Thank you.
Thank you.